This is a new project, not just any project, a Citroën Saxo, but not just any Citroën Saxo. This is a special limited edition called an Open Scandal. It's been lying for quite a while. We don't notice this wing is a slightly different colour in this wing. So we're just a little bit down the road here, and we've called in for something to eat, and we're having a look at this Citroën Saxo Open Scandal. The reason it's called an Open Scandal is because the roof opens up electrically, the whole roof, which is quite interesting, and the colours and that are very interesting. But look, you understand a wee bit about these cars, Citroën Saxos. What model is this? This is a first phase of Citroën Saxo.
It's the phase one.
Phase one Citroën Saxo. And what's the difference in a phase one Citroën Saxo and a phase two?
Headlights, the engine.
The engine, the headlights. What about this grille?
Grille, the wheels.
3 stud wheels instead of 4 stud wheels.
Yeah, the whole drivetrain stuff basically.
Right. And what do you think of this car? You've had a few Citroëns over the years.
It looks good. Well, no better when it's on the ramp. By rusty.
How bad the rust is. So some of the interesting things on this car is the actual scandal. Look the way they've wrote it. And then when you open it up, the seats are very funky to say the least. And you weren't sure about the door handles or something. You thought whether they'd been painted previously or whether they come originally yellow. Don't know.
I don't know.
Aye. Why? The zip on the seat?
A fake zip on the middle.
A fake zip on the seat.
And then the back's like
it's like
chrome.
And the roof electronically goes up. So we're having a battery in it right now. In fact, we've got the bonnet down. We can't get it open. So we have to try and call for assistance from Declan to see if he... Declan is the lad we bought it from. Declan Donnelly. It's just the same name as the real Declan Donnelly. Well, he is a much younger lad. But one of the things we're missing here is this trim on the side, which is going to be maybe a little bit tricky to get, especially with that scandal badge on it. But we're quite excited about this, look, huh?
Yeah.
It's not real rotten at all. The bottoms of the doors are really good, ours are the sills, which is mad given that these here rotted for fun. And this is a 1998 car. And we're really excited about the back here because it's actually got an S badge. How cool is that? I don't think that's original. We're going to have to go to find out if that's a stick-on S badge or this is actually an S. So we're just going to do a wee update on why we bought this Citroën Saxo. In the summertime, Luke sent me a Facebook Marketplace advertisement. And how much was it, Luke?
£900.
£900. And we looked at it and thought to ourselves, well, it's a wee bit expensive given that it's rough enough. Although the pictures in Facebook Marketplace, to be fair, looked a lot better than what it was in reality, as they always do. However, like November or not October time, you sent me another picture of it. And this time, what was it?
It's up for
$750. $750. And we were tempted by it, but I thought if my beautiful assistant, that's my wife, sees me buying another car, she'll not be a bit happy. But anyway, a funny thing happened. The young lad, a lovely young fella called Declan, who was selling it in Dunmurry in Belfast, just out in the outskirts of Belfast, he decided to put it up for £450 in around Christmas time there. And my wife seen it on the internet. And she decided that she'd show us it. So that gave us an open door and an opportunity. So we up and done a deal for £400 with Declan. And picked it up today. And when we picked it up today, the funny thing, he gave me another £20 off it. Or back as a good wish us well with it. So that was super. So that's how we ended up with this car. So hopefully you'll stay tuned to follow our progress on this car. What sort of plans what do you think we should do with it, Luke?
Just get it cleaned up, get it going again, and address any rust, and paint anything up and tidy it all up, basically.
So there is issues with the rust. There's some welding to be done, but not really excessive. Sure, it's not for a Citroën Saxo of 1990s.
No, not at the car this age.
Phase 1 Citroën. So we're quite pleased. And the good thing was that some spare parts have come with it for welding in. So we're looking forward to doing that. So keep it tuned in to Finally Finished Classics and enjoy the progress on our yellow open scandal Citroën Saxo. Okay, do you want to try her? What do you think, Ebenezer? Hold on, look. We'll put her on boost power. Need the wipers off. That one. Just need to change these terminals from the battery as they're all broken. We haven't been able to start this car, and one of the things we want to eliminate is a bad connection to the battery. And the battery also, I'm running it through the charger to see what the crack is with it, because it's very flat. Although it seems to be picking up a little bit there, but it's only on 2 minutes. So I'm going to cut these terminals off and fit new ones. Don't want to get the hands cut off myself. I've seen a young fella doing this one time, and he got a very bad cut in the hand trying to do this. So I don't know whether to cut it or not, but it'll try it. Thankfully that was painful less, not painful at all otherwise. Need to remember which here. I fitted the new battery in, but one thing you should always remember when you cut the battery terminals, what wires go where. I mean, there's 3 wires in one and 2 in the other. Now, we haven't been able to start this car, and I haven't connected this battery up yet. So could you keep an eye on it, and if you see any smoke coming from anywhere, let me know. I don't see how changing the battery is going to make it start. But what I don't want to see is a lot of smoke. Well, we've no smoke, so that's a good start. So I'll take a video now to see what happens whenever I turn the ignition key. So here we go. Watch out for smoke. Out of gear. We've got lights on the dash. Now the thing is, well, it drives, the gearbox feels good, the engine sounds sweet. Next big thing is, how bad is it underneath? We've never seen underneath this car. We know it needs welding, but just how much welding it needs is the big thing. So will it hold up to getting lifted up? Let's check it out. Now we know we needed to do welding in this car, but just how much? Like, look how good it is up in there. That is absolutely amazing. Now we know at the back here, we have a spare part for that, so you know that's bad. So there's the problem with it there. So we know we need to do a little welding there, but that was never a problem. We always knew that. But underneath this car, actually looks pretty good for a 1990 Saxo. On them sills and all, looks sweet. I have to say, it's very good. Now we know up the front here, we have a problem here. We got spare parts to weld in there. Both sides. They're famous for going there, but the sills are excellent. Not even surface rusted into this car. It's quite amazing. Now we know it's had a bit of damage here at the front, so it's how we fix this front cross member, straighten it out or set a new one in. There's a little bit of welding there maybe required. Nothing too major. They normally go up around here underneath the ECU, but it looks pretty good. I think it's quite remarkable how good this car is. Like, there's no inner plastic protectors in these cars, so it's quite amazing how good it is. Amazing. Not amazing. I mean, it needs welding, but it's not real bad. Some information that I know about these wee cars. They're a small car, that's for sure. But what they are a tremendously good handling car. Like, they're a complete hoot to drive. I suppose they're the Mini of the 90s and the early 2000s. And lots of young people got them. And how Citroën and Peugeot, Peugeot, however you like to say it, 106 and a Citroën AX are essentially the same car. However, one of the things they've done, they were a great driving car, but I'm not sure that they completely took off initially. So what Peugeot and Citroën decided to do was, in the 90s, it was very hard for young people to get insurance. So Peugeot and Citroën, in their wisdom, decided in order to get these cars sold, they would sell the car initially with free insurance. And that was a big cart, because back in that time it could have cost you like $2,000 to insure a car for a young person. So it was a great thing to get the cars moving, but I think after a year or so, they were caught with that many wrote off cars and insurance claims that they stopped it. But what it done was, it got this car out on the road, and young people realised just how good it was. I mean, there were all sorts of different models, same body style. You could have got it in a four-door, but there was like a Peugeot 106 Silver, I think it was, Silver or something like that. I'm no expert on it, but I know that my son Luke has a real keen eye for these cars. You can also get a Peugeot 106 Rally, and that was an awesome little car. I know that Top Gear took one away over some of them other countries in a special, and they had great fun on it. They are an awesome car. I mean, a Peugeot 106 Rally, Phase 1 and Phase 2 are worth a lot of money right now. a Peugeot, 106 GTI is highly desirable out there, and there's lots of young people going for one of those. And I suppose the Citroën, it was a VTR or a VTS. I think a VTS was the most powerful one, and it was essentially just more or less a Peugeot 106 GTI, and they were absolute hoot to drive. I know that Jeremy Clarkson or some of them ones, presenters in Top Gear, took one round like an off-road sort of tarmac off-road racing circuit, and done really well with it because the chassis on them's amazing. If you've never drove one, get a drive in a 106 or a Saxo. Whenever I first drove one, I thought they were just so much fun to drive. I know that Jeremy Clarkson says that, everyone should at least at one time drive a Lancia. Well, I suppose everyone at one time should have a go on one of these. They're such fun to drive. And I suppose that's why another reason why we picked this up. I mean, it wasn't that long ago you went into eBay and there was hundreds of these for sale. I'll tell you what, there's not many now. Back in the 70s, the desirable car to have was a Ford Escort 2-door. I mean, any of them were good, and the crown and the jewel of the crown was the RS 2000. But look, if you had a Ford Escort car in the 70s, you had all the bells and whistles. And right now, today, if you go to buy any of those Ford Escort, particularly a 2-door car, even a 4-door car, like they're making stupid money. And I believe going forward that the next generation, I know if you're a child of, if you were 17, 18 in the 90s and the 2000s, I think this is the one that's going to take off in the future. I think it's a future, very expensive little car. There's still quite a few out there, but I mean, they're a lot harder to get now than what they used to be. So that's another one of the reasons why we're working on this car. Plus, I think the colour, that's really class. And for it to be called a model called an open scandal, we never heard of that before. But I just think with the electric style roof and the jazzy seats and with a chrome type back to the seats, I think it's just so cool. So we're looking forward to pushing on with this. I'm going to do a few quicker videos today. I'm just cleaning it essentially. I'm going to steam the seats and get it into good shape. How to drive it. The gearbox feels good. The engine feels good. And we'll let you know the direction we're going to go with this car soon.